Are you prepared to witness the beginning of a new era in air combat? Because what the United States Air Force is about to put in the air will change everything we know about war in heaven. A new type of hunting is born, no pilot, with its own intelligence and ready to fly side by side with the best manned aircraft in the world. And the name behind this revolution is CCA, Collaborative Air Combat. The CCA is an ambitious program that is uniting state-of-the-art technology, artificial intelligence, and stealth engineering to create combat drones capable of synchronizing with manned fighters. That's right. Imagine an F-35 flying in formation with 2 or 3 autonomous drones, each with a specific mission escorting, attacking, or protecting. All this in real time with automated decisions but coordinated with the human pilot. We are talking about machines with advanced autonomy, smart sensors, and stealthy design. Drones that are not just auxiliary, but key pieces in any air superiority operation. The first big step of this transformation came with YFQ-4A and YFQ-42A prototypes, models that are drawing attention not only by futuristic appearance, but for what they represent in terms of strategy, technology, and operational capacity. YFQ-4A, developed by the company Andandaran, has already been shown in its almost final production version. Recent images reveal impressive details. A front camera installed on the nose, flight data collection sensors, and a designed air intake with aggressive angles, reinforcing its stealthy nature. Every detail of the fuselage has been designed to reduce radar signature and optimize your performance on high-risk missions. What's more, the landing train follows the same logic of stealth with trapezoidal doors, as well as conformal antennas embedded in the drone structure. Nothing there is for nothing. Everything is calculated to offer maximum efficiency with minimal exposure. This model did not come out of nowhere. The project began in the late 2010 with the company Blue Force Technologies, which was later acquired by Endural in 2023. Since then, development has accelerated, and now we are facing a prototype ready for soil testing and very soon, ready to fly. Who confirmed this was none other than General David Alvin, U.S. Air Force Chief of Staff. He announced on social networks that soil tests officially started and described YFQ-4A as a watershed. According to him, this is the crucial transition between the project on paper and the real flight, and the goal is to deliver these aircraft to the combatants as soon as possible. The first base to receive an operational unit aimed exclusively at these drones will be Beale Air Force Base in California. And this is no coincidence. This base is already known for operating recognition planes such as the legendary U-2 Dragon Lady, and even the mysterious RQ-180, the high-altitude stealth drone that almost never appears in public. With this history, Beale becomes the ideal place to integrate this new generation of unmanned aircraft. But while YFQ-4A advances stride, the parallel project of General Atomics also gains strength. YFQ-42A may be the direct competitor in this new air war theater. And what does it bring differently? What technologies does he inherit from other advanced drones like XQ-67A? And what does all this mean for the future of wars in the air? While YFQ-4A wins the spotlight with its futuristic look and impressive features, the YFQ-42A, developed by General Atomics, runs out but hard. The new images released show few external adjustments, but reveal a new component under the nose of the aircraft. It is still unclear what exactly is, but it may be linked to passive sensor systems such as infrared cameras or tracking equipment, which are fundamental pieces in the modern air war. This model, by the way, brings a lot of technological heritage of XQ-67A, a drone created for the OBS focused on external sensors and support for threat detection without sharing manner at risk. General Atomics ensures that it is within the schedule and will present a real-scale version of YFQ-42A on the same base chosen to house the first drones of the CCA, Beale, California program. Symbolism is strong. The U.S. Air Force is not just testing technology. It is organizing now a complete structure of operational readiness. And that changes everything. It is the first concrete step to put autonomous combat drones in real units, with trained military, simulated missions, and integration with manned scene squads. And speaking of integration, this is one of the great open questions. How to ensure that planes with human pilots and artificial intelligence drones fly side by side without risk of collision. How to coordinate high-speed and real-time maneuvers. how to make decisions in second fractions in a combat scenario. These questions are still unanswered, which is why the Air Force has activated a specific experimental unit in Nevada on Krish Base. There, tactics are being tested with different platforms, both manned and unmanned, in a series of simulations and exercises that will help shape the CCA operation protocols. The idea is simple. The sooner the rules are defined, the faster it will be possible to scale production and deploy these aircraft in real missions. And speaking of scale, the plan is bold. Until the 2026 fiscal year, the Air Force is expected to decide whether or not to advance the mass production of the so-called Phase 1. If the answer is yes, up to 150 drones can be purchased in this first step, with new models coming in future phases, each with different requirements and specific capabilities. These increments range from models aimed at air superiority to versions adapted to soil attacks, electronic war, and even recognition missions. And all with a brutal differential: low cost and high production. That is, unlike traditional fighters that take years and billions to be built, these drones are designed to be manufactured quickly, on a large scale and mission flexibility. It is the U.S. response to the growing threat from countries such as China, which already invest heavily in advanced drones and state-of-the-art combat technologies. The scenario is clear. The aerial combat of the future will no longer look like today's. Instead of a lonely pilot in an elite fighter, we will have whole and non-manned aircraft networks, exchanging data, protecting each other, performing specific sync tasks. And the CCA program is the first decisive step in this direction. The tests began, the images are there, and now the whole world observes. The choice of Beale Air Base as the CCA program operating center was not by chance. This place already has a history with very high-performance aircraft, such as the legendary U-2 Dragon Lady, specializing in recognition at high altitudes. And more recently, it has been associated with the mysterious RQ-180, a stealth drone that almost no one has seen closely, but everyone knows it exists. Placing the new gunfighters on this base is a clear sign. The Air Force is preparing land for a new air elite with full focus on intelligence, stealth, and autonomy. The activation of the first unit of readiness dedicated to CCA program drones is more than a technological change. It is an organizational transformation. These aircraft do not need the same pace of flight that a traditional fighter requires to maintain operational readiness. They are programmed, tested, adjusted by software. And this dramatically reduces the number of military personnel needed to operate them, paving the way for a leaner, more flexible, and much more efficient structure. But even with all these advances, the challenges are still great. One of the main ones is the reliability of autonomy. A drone needs to be able to react to unexpected threats, make combat decisions, identify targets, and distinguish allies from enemies, all in milliseconds. The AI that runs these aircraft is still evolving, and as impressive as it may be, still needs to be tested in real situations, in environments with electronic jamming, radar interference, and extreme maneuvers. And this is where the true value of the collaborative concept comes in: drones and manned fighters working together, each with a clear function. Drones can take higher risks, enter more dangerous areas, attract missiles, detect targets before fighters, and even perform coordinated attacks. Meanwhile, human pilots, with their intuition and judgment, maintain the general command of the mission. This symbiosis between man and machine is the heart of the CCA, and if successful, it can completely redefine as aerial wars will be locked in the coming decades. What's more, the US is not alone in this race. Australia, for example, already develops the MQ-28 Ghostbat, a modular design and embedded artificial intelligence stealth drone. China has also been accelerating its projects, with drones such as the GJ-11 and other mysterious prototypes seen on military bases. In a short time, the skies can be filled with aircraft that do not need a pilot on board, but which are lethal, stealthy, and highly coordinated. Therefore, what we are now seeing with the tests of YFQ-4A and YFQ-42A is not just the birth of a new plane. It is the birth of a new air military doctrine, where the speed of decision, the efficiency of the systems, and the total integration of data will dictate those who win and who lose. And the US want to be ahead of this revolution, ensuring superiority against any opponent, whether in the air, soil, or digital domain.